During class, a young boy suddenly discovers a strange power inside him. But what he doesn't know is that this power is exactly what makes him a target. For years, he has been hiding his identity, moving from place to place to escape the deadly Mogadorians hunting him down. And now, the people searching for him are getting closer. Today, let's uncover the truth behind this young boy. We begin the movie with our main character, number 4, relocating to a new town after the shocking news that number 3 has been killed by the deadly Mogadorians hunting them down. With his life now in danger, number 4 is given a new identity named John Smith and told to keep a low profile. His guardian, Henry, does everything he can to keep him hidden and one step ahead of the enemy. Because number 4 isn't an ordinary teenager. He's one of the last survivors of an alien planet called Lorien, and the Mogadorians won't stop until they find him. For now, his only chance of survival is to stay hidden. After arriving at their new home, Henry immediately gets to work erasing every trace of John's identity from the internet, making sure there's nothing the Mogadorians can use to track them down. But suddenly, they hear a strange noise outside. They move toward the door cautiously, expecting trouble, only to find nothing there. Then number 4 notices a small dog nearby and brings it inside, thinking he's simply helping a lost animal. What he doesn't know yet is that this little dog is about to become an important part of his new life. The next morning, number 4 tells Henry he wants to attend a nearby school and live a normal life. Henry agrees but warns him to stay careful. He even gives him a phone and promises to call every hour. If number 4 doesn't answer, Henry will come looking for him. Number 4 arrives at his new school, trying to blend in like an ordinary student. At the principal's office, he notices a beautiful girl nearby and immediately becomes curious about her. A moment later, Sarah is asked to show him around. She leads him to his locker, where he introduces himself as John Smith, his new identity, before she walks away. Not long after, a group of football players approaches him, welcoming the new student and making sure he knows he's in their territory. Later, during lunch, number 4 notices the same football players picking on another student. When they knock the boy down with a football, John steps in to help him. He picks up the ball and throws it back with unbelievable force, sending one of the bullies crashing to the ground. The football players freeze in shock before backing away, completely stunned by what they just witnessed. That moment is when John meets the boy they were bullying, called Sam. That evening, John's picture appears on the school website, exposing him as the new student. But before anyone can learn more about him, Henry quickly removes the post, making sure John's identity stays hidden from the public. Meanwhile, the Mogadorians return to number 4's former location and discover that he is still alive. Back in school, John is having a class when something strange suddenly happens. A bright, sparkling light begins coming from his hand, and his body starts reacting uncontrollably. He tries to control himself, but the reaction becomes too strong, forcing him to rush to the bathroom. As John struggles to calm himself down, Henry notices the signal and quickly comes to him. He tells John to stay calm and control his emotions. Once John finally calms down, Henry takes him home and explains that this is exactly why the Mogadorians are hunting him. They want to eliminate him before he becomes too powerful. Without saying much, John later sneaks out through the window to test his powers for himself. Outside, he begins doing unbelievable things he has never done before. He jumps incredibly high and lands safely without a single scratch. For the first time, John realizes just how powerful he could become. That night, John secretly follows Sarah to a store, where he finally gets the chance to spend some time with her. As they talk, John starts feeling something he hasn't felt in a long time. For once, he feels almost normal, especially with Sarah clearly attracted to him too. But Sarah's love for photography keeps her camera close, and John knows that too many pictures could expose him. John eventually follows her home and joins her family for dinner before Sarah takes him upstairs to show him her room. Just then, Henry calls to remind him that his time is up. John quickly heads home, unaware that one of the football players has been quietly watching him. The next day at school, John meets up with Sam, and the two head toward their lockers. But the moment John opens his locker, red paint suddenly bursts out, covering both of them as the other students laugh. It turns out the football players had set the whole thing up. Angry, John steps toward one of the players, ready to confront him. But knowing he can't afford to reveal what he's capable of, he forces himself to calm down. Later in the washroom, John learns that Sam lost his father, who disappeared while investigating aliens. And despite everyone thinking he's crazy, Sam strongly believes that aliens are real. Meanwhile, the Mogadorians continue searching the city, desperately trying to locate John. That night, John meets Sarah at the Spring Scream Festival, where the two spend some time together enjoying the different attractions. But their peaceful night suddenly takes a dangerous turn when Sarah's ex, Mark, and his friends decide to mess with them. They follow John and Sarah into the darker part of the attraction, where the group suddenly attacks and drags Sarah away. John immediately unleashes his powers and begins taking the attackers down one after another, moving faster and hitting harder than any normal person could. One by one, the attackers are thrown aside until John finally reaches the person behind it all. With a single powerful punch, he sends him crashing to the ground. Sarah quickly begs John to stop before he seriously hurts him. Realizing how far his anger has taken him, John backs away and leaves with Sarah. When John gets back home, he and Sarah finally admit their feelings for each other. John kisses her for the first time, and for a moment he feels more human than ever. But on his way home, Sam suddenly texts him, asking him to come over. When John arrives, Sam confronts him about what he witnessed earlier. He saw John taking down the football players with unbelievable strength and demands to know who he really is. John tries to brush it off, but Sam reveals that he has pictures to prove what he saw. With no other choice, John finally tells him the truth. He admits that he's an alien from another planet and that dangerous people are hunting him down. John begs Sam to keep everything secret because revealing his identity could put his life in serious danger. Instead of being scared, Sam is amazed. After all these years, he realizes his father may have been right about aliens all along. Before they can say much more, Sam's stepfather calls him inside, forcing their conversation to end. The next morning, the police show up at John and Henry's house and start asking questions before eventually leaving. Henry immediately realizes they can't stay there much longer. He wants them to pack up and move to another location before their presence attracts more attention. But John refuses. He's tired of constantly running and changing his life just to stay hidden. This time, he wants to stay and live like a normal person. Henry strongly disagrees, and the argument quickly turns into a physical fight between them. Eventually, they calm down and reach an agreement. John can stay, but he has to be extremely careful and keep his movements to a minimum. Meanwhile, another mysterious lady is also searching for John, and she'll be very important later in the story. After waking from a nap, John heads downstairs but finds Henry missing. He then notices the mysterious box John's dad gave Henry to keep for him. When John tries to call Henry, a strange voice answers and gives him an address without saying much. John immediately calls Sam, who gives him a ride. After hours of traveling, they finally arrive at the unknown location. John quickly steps out of the car and cautiously makes his way toward the strange house. Inside, he discovers Henry tied up and immediately breaks the chains, trying to get him free. But before they can escape, a man suddenly appears with Sam at gunpoint, warning them not to move. John refuses to let him stay in control. With a quick movement, he uses his power to throw the man across the room. Henry immediately realizes this was all a trap and tells them they need to leave before it's too late. Suddenly, an explosion rocks the building as a Mogadorian bursts into the house. A brutal fight breaks out between Henry and the alien, while Henry orders John and Sam to escape. They rush to the car, but it refuses to start. Just as Henry catches up, a Mogadorian leaps onto the hood and drives a sword straight through the windshield, fatally stabbing Henry. The car finally starts, and they speed away with Henry badly wounded. As he bleeds out, Henry tells John to find the other survivors, numbers 6 and 7, before his body turns to stone and disappears into dust. Elsewhere, the police confront Sarah and question her about Henry and John's real identity. While driving back, Sam tells John that his father left him a strange stone, similar to the one John has. John immediately tells him to go and get it while he heads off to find Sarah. When John finally finds her sitting alone, Sarah looks at him and asks the question he has been avoiding. Who are you? What's your real identity? Because you're not John Smith. But before John could answer her, the police arrived, ready to arrest him for the earlier fight. As John tried to get away, Sarah suddenly lost her balance and fell from the building. John reacted instantly, using his powers to stop her in midair and pull her to safety. With the police closing in, John lifted their van off the ground and sent it crashing aside. He then grabbed Sarah and escaped into the darkness, heading straight for the school. There, John finally revealed the truth about who he really was, but they had walked straight into another trap. The Mogadorians had already surrounded the school, waiting to kill him. Just then, Sam called and warned John that the police were after him too. Realizing they were trapped, John grabbed Sarah and rushed toward the back of the school, looking for a way out. But suddenly, a bright light flashes in front of them, and a mysterious woman appears, immediately opening fire on the Mogadorians. As John and Sarah take cover, she takes on the attackers alone, moving with incredible speed and using her disappearing ability to strike them one after another. Within moments, the Mogadorians are taken down. She then turns toward John, leaving him confused. When he asks who she is, she finally reveals that she is number 5, and she has been searching for him. Outside the school, Sam arrives looking for John when a fiery creature suddenly emerges from behind a truck, leaving him stunned. At the same time, John's dog begins transforming into a much larger creature. Sam rushes inside and finds John and the others, desperately trying to explain what he just saw. But before he can finish, the monster bursts into the school and charges toward them. John immediately runs forward, drawing the creature's attention away from everyone else. But just as the monster closes in, John's transformed dog launches at it with incredible force, and the two creatures begin a brutal fight. John and number 5 team up, fighting their way through the Mogadorians as they keep coming at them from every direction. Using their weapons and incredible abilities, the two take down several attackers, but the enemy seems endless. When they rush outside, they realize the entire area is surrounded, with more Mogadorians firing at them. John quickly tells Sam to get Sarah to safety while he and number 5 hold them back. But suddenly, one of the massive creatures grabs number 5 and launches her into the air. John sees her in danger and immediately turns toward the creature, ready to unleash his full power. John is suddenly caught off guard when the Mogadorian commander attacks, blasting him to the ground before grabbing him and preparing to finish him. But John refuses to give up. He unleashes his power, causing the commander's weapons to overheat and triggering a massive explosion. Number 5 quickly shields John from the blast, saving him from the full force of the explosion. Moments later, the battlefield is left completely destroyed. With the fight finally over, John, number 5 and Sam prepare to leave Paradise and search for the other surviving guard, while also hoping to find Sam's missing father. Before leaving, John says goodbye to Sarah and promises that he'll come back for her. And with that, John, number 5 and Sam drive away, beginning their search for the others. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to subscribe because the story doesn't end here. There is much more waiting for John, number 5 and the others.